In 1999, a civil engineer found an $800,000 mistake hidden in a 25-cent pudding cup on a grocery clearance shelf. It was an oversight by a Fortune 500 company. His name, Music, was David Phillips. Instead of relying on a lawyer or a computer, he used a spreadsheet and a single word that Healthy Choice Foods barely noticed. The word was any.
Mai 1999, Sacramento, California.
Phillips is standing under fluorescent lights, turning a chocolate pudding cup over in his hand. He found a Healthy Choice Foods promotion flyer 2 days ago. Buy any 10 Healthy Choice products, mail in the barcodes, and earn 500 frequent flyer miles. Double miles if submitted before the end of May. For most shoppers, this is just a coupon, a gentle push toward buying a frozen dinner. Phillips sees a structural failure. As a civil engineer, he is trained to spot where structures fail under pressure, not just if they will. Bridges, load-bearing walls, and even pudding promotions can hide these flaws. 10 pudding cups cost $2.50 and earn 1,000 miles. That's just a quarter of a cent per mile. Airlines usually sell miles to credit card music companies for about 2 cents each. This gap isn't just a pricing mistake. It's a large-scale engineering failure. He buys every pudding cup on the shelf, drives home, and opens a spreadsheet. By midnight, he has finished the math. He needs 12,150 cups in 3 weeks to mail 256 envelopes. The company's legal team will spend a week searching for loopholes, but they won't find any. They won't find one. He starts driving. Fresno, Stockton, Modesto. Every discount outlet within 50 miles gets a visit. He buys entire shelves. When stores run out, he asks managers to pull more cases from the warehouse. The clerks start recognizing his car in the parking lot. One of them asks what he's doing with all the pudding. He tells her he's stocking up for Y2K. In 1999, that answer makes complete sense. 3 weeks later, 12,150 cups fill his garage floor to ceiling. His wife, Cindy, walks in, looks at the towers of cardboard boxes stacked against every wall, and asks the only reasonable question a person could ask in that situation. He pulls up the spreadsheet. She thinks he's lost his mind. But she also knows what it means when he's running numbers at 11 p.m. So she sits down next to him and starts peeling labels. That's when the real problem surfaces. The promotion requires physical barcodes, not photos, not receipts. The actual peeled label from each individual cup, mailed by May 31st. For people in the garage, Phillips, Cindy, their daughters Katie and Emma, 7 and 5 years old, fingers cramping, labels stacking up in slow piles on the concrete floor. After 3 days, Phillips does the math on the labor. They're not going to make it. He needs another way. And what he comes up with next is the part of this story that most people never hear. He calls the Salvation Army, tells them he has 12,000 cups of chocolate pudding to donate. Good condition, full cups. He just needs one thing back: the barcodes peeled off before delivery. The coordinator doesn't hesitate. Thousands of dollars of food free, delivered to their door. They have volunteers. They can have the labels back within days. Phillips loads his truck and drives the pudding over. Now, here's the part that makes this genuinely elegant. And it has nothing to do with frequent flyer miles. Under U.S. tax law, donations to registered 501c3 charities are deductible at retail value, not purchase price. Phillips bought each cup for 25 cents on clearance. The retail shelf price was 89 cents. The IRS doesn't care what he paid. It cares what the item is worth. 12,150 cups at 89 cents retail equals $10,813 in deductible donations. Phillips is conservative. He claims $815 on his taxes. The federal government sends part of that back. He spent $3,140 on pudding. After the tax return, his real cost is $2,325. The barcodes arrive at his house in neat stacks. He mails them to Healthy Choice in 256 certified envelopes. Everyone sent registered mail. Every tracking number saved. Every receipt photocopied. He knows what's coming next. Here's what most people miss about this story entirely. Phillips didn't buy miles. He bought access to a system that was never designed to let someone like him in. Frequent flyer miles aren't rewards. Their currency, unregulated, printed by airlines, sold to banks, redeemed at whatever rate the airline decides that week. When you swipe a Chase Sapphire card, Chase pays American Airlines roughly 2 cents per mile. The airline creates that mile at a cost of less than half a cent to fulfill. The planes move people. The miles move money. The profit margin sits between 300 and 500%. In 2023, Delta, United, and American collectively reported over $14 billion in operating profits. Almost entirely from their loyalty programs. Not from flying, from miles. But here's the part the airlines really don't want you thinking about. These loyalty programs aren't just about flights. Every boarding pass, every hotel receipt, every coffee purchased with a co-branded credit card, it's tracked, analyzed, and sold. The miles are the incentive. The data is the product. You are what they're actually selling. The Healthy Choice promotion was built by a marketing team thinking about frozen dinners and brand loyalty surveys. They priced the offer against a customer buying a $2 dinner, earning 50 miles, feeling warmly toward the brand, no price floor.
No cap on submissions.
No clauses excluding clearance purchases. Think about what that means for a man who spent 20 years finding exactly where structures break. Stay with me. Because what ConAgra is about to find inside those 256 envelopes is going to send their legal department into a week of silence. Weeks pass. Nothing. Phillips checks his frequent flyer accounts every morning. No miles. No confirmation. No acknowledgement that 256 envelopes were ever received. He calls Healthy Choice customer service. The representative puts him on hold. 5 minutes, 10, 15. When she comes back, her voice has shifted into careful corporate neutral. Your submission is under review. He hangs up. His wife stops asking about the miles. His friends tell him corporations always find a way out of promotions like this. One of them says he should have read the fine print more carefully. He pulls out the original flyer, reads it again and again. There's no cap. He's music, sure of it. But being right doesn't matter if ConAgra decides to fight him anyway. His daughters ask if the pudding was a trick. Phillips doesn't answer. He stares at the towers of empty pudding cups still sitting in his garage. $3,140 possibly gone. Inside ConAgra's legal department, a team has pulled every word of the original promotion. They're looking for the exit, a submission cap, a minimum price requirement, a geographic exclusion, anything. There isn't one. The promotion said any Healthy Choice product. No floor price, no household limit, no clearance exclusion. Every rule that existed, music, Phillips followed precisely. ConAgra has exactly 2 options. Honor the submission or deny it and hand Phillips a lawsuit he would almost certainly win. In public, with 256 certified mail receipts and a spreadsheet that held up perfectly. 2 months after he mailed the barcodes, a padded envelope arrives at his house heavy. Phillips carries it inside and opens it on the living room floor. 2,506 certificates, each worth 500 frequent flyer miles. He counts them, checks the math. 1,253,000 miles. ConAgra blinked. But the miles still aren't his yet. And what happens next almost nobody knows about. The certificates are real, But miles don't exist until they're in an account. And music, between the paper and the account sits every airline's automated fraud detection system. Phillips moves carefully. He splits deposits across United, Delta, and Northwest. Smaller amounts, less visible. The bulk, over 1 million miles, goes into his American Airlines AAdvantage account. He submits the certificates and waits. 3 hours later, the account still reads processing. Certificate deposits are normally instant. This isn't normal. What Phillips doesn't know is what's happening 2,000 miles away in Fort Worth, Texas. An analyst at American Airlines headquarters has an alert on her screen. One customer, one day. Over 1 million miles from a single food promotion. The system flagged it automatically. Her job right now is to decide whether to route this to fraud. Her finger sits near the phone. One call ends this. She pulls Phillips's account history. No flags, no chargebacks, no prior suspicious activity. She checks the certificate codes one by one. Every single one valid, issued by Healthy Choice, verified against the promotion. She checks the promotion terms herself.
No cap on submissions.
She puts the phone down. She clicks approve. Phillips refreshes the page for the 100th time. The balance updates, and below the number, 2 words he didn't expect. Lifetime gold, priority boarding, free upgrades, lounge access, bonus miles on every flight for the rest of his life. Earned in a single afternoon, he screenshots it immediately. He doesn't trust it not to disappear. He has no idea how close it just came to ending in Fort Worth with one unanswered question. The story breaks publicly in August 1999, and by then, it's already too late for anyone to take it back. A journalist at the Los Angeles Times runs the piece first. CNN picks it up within days. Then the Wall Street Journal. Then international outlets. Phillips' phone doesn't stop ringing. He expects ConAgra to call or American Airlines. He waits for someone to find a reason to undo it. Nobody calls. ConAgra releases a short statement. The promotion was honored as written. American Airlines says nothing. By the time the story is national news, revoking the miles would make both companies look worse than staying quiet. Phillips's one TV interview. He describes the first trip, Milan, then Barcelona, then London to see The Lion King, first class. Katie was 7, Emma was 5. The next 7 years, he takes his family to 40 countries, front of the plane, hotels they couldn't have afforded otherwise, cities his daughters still talk about. He spent $2,325. ConAgra spent the following years rewriting every promotional campaign they ran, price floors, submission caps, product exclusions written into every single offer. The exact gap Phillips walked through has never appeared in a Healthy Choice promotion again. So, here's the question this story actually leaves you with. Phillips didn't lie. He didn't cheat. He didn't break a single rule. He simply read the fine print more carefully than the people who wrote ITS That Genius? Or is that something else entirely? ConAgra lost $25,000 on a $3,140 pudding purchase. The airlines absorbed an $800,000 liability they never saw coming. And a civil engineer took his family to 40 countries on a mistake that was never meant for him. You decide. If you want more unbelievable but completely true stories like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss the next one.